everyone, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a start on my friend Linda's 52-week challenge of making a tag each week, and each week I will put my tags onto this, and after the 52 weeks I'll have 52 tags. So I will link Linda's channel down below, so if you want to give it a go, please feel free to join in. I've got some bits and bobs ready that I had pre-organised just so that I could not be doing things I could do before I come on. I don't want to bore everybody. So I'll start by, I'm going to put this on, this just as a background because this is white. This is just a scrap I had, so I'm going to start by gluing that on there. I think I'll go this way actually. Yep. So the aim of this challenge, now week one, remind myself, is to, I think it's stamp on fabric. I'm already behind in this challenge. I'm kind of starting a week late. I had some issues with the computer and different things trying to upload. I ended up with corrupted files and I've missed a bit, unless the blue's just gone. I ended up with corrupted files, so I had a couple of videos that I'd made that I had to delete. It wasn't the tag one, this is me just getting to the tag one. But I'll have next week's to do this week as well, so there'll be 2 videos hopefully going up soon. That out of the way. And then hopefully I'll be caught up and ready for week 3. And I've went to see where that is because I quite like that wee bit. It's at this side. Right. Get glue all over that, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be putting stuff on top of it anyway. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if I've gave you all the information. But I'll link Linda's channel down below, so please feel free to go and check it out and join us in taking part. That would be amazing. Right, let me just cut this out. I'm hoping that this week I'll have, well, between this week and next week, I'll have caught up and have 2 or 3 videos up. When that happened with the corrupt files, I'd end up deleting the videos. I just wasn't taking any chances, and I don't really understand it, to be honest, because we've got all the McAfee and everything we need. So anyway, we'll not get grumpy thinking about that. Right, so there we go. Let me just make sure that that's down properly. So I can't remember if I said at the beginning, the kind of size, the size is basically 3 inches by 6 inches. Yeah, 3 by 6. So that's the kind of standard size that Linda was using, so that's what we're going to go with. So as I said, this is stamp on fabric. So my sort of idea is I'm going to stamp it. This is just like a bit of cheesecloth. It's the best I can come up with for stamping at the moment. And I'll put that on. I went ahead yesterday and where was this print out from? Oh goodness, what was the name? Oh, I can't remember at the moment what the name of it is. But it's basically a thistle. So I thought, I've got a wee bit of tartan paper, why no put a thistle on there? So I went on, found a wee shop on Etsy and printed out this wee thistle. So it's like a wee blue thistle, and I just put a wee bit, I think it's Victorian Velvet Distress Oxide on there, just, and I fussy cut it, which was pretty tedious, to be honest, but we got there. So my idea is, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and cut the corners just so that I'm not sticking things where I shouldn't be. I think we'll go with that one. Right, let me just go ahead and cut my corners. I want to try and keep them sort of all the same, so I just used this old card, cut bits, so at different sizes sort of for corners and tags, so that it was easier. But anyway, right, there we go. Right, I'm quite happy with that. So the idea is, obviously I'll need to leave a wee hole there for, I think I'll actually go ahead and put that in the now. Just use this. That one day I won't. I'm going to go with the bigger one. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to mark this kind of in the centre, because see if I don't, I have visions it going wonky. Right, so let me see, my centre is going to be 1.5 inch mark, so just about. Let me line this up actually, just so that I've got the lines right. I want to come up to about there. Right, so tang. Sorry if my head's on the road there. I want to go to about there. It's this pattern kind of throws me a wee bit. I would end up, see, to me that doesn't look much centred there because of the pattern when I look at it certain ways. So right, let's see if we can get it bang on. Right, that'll do. I'm still not convinced that's centred, but there you go. It's in now, nothing much we can do. Move on. Right, so now we scrap of paper. That'll do it. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stamp on this first, and I'm deliberately going to keep the wee frayed edges in as it is, and for this I'll use Vintage Photo, I think. So anyway, let's just go ahead and we'll see how this turns out. Get plenty of cheesecloth if it doesn't do quite the way I want it, but it should be fine. I did try this before, this stamp onto the cheesecloth, just to make sure that it worked out, but I'll just do it again just so you can see what I'm doing. And it doesn't need to be perfect, because I want it to have that kind of grungy look. Now I know that's not very visible, but it is there, I promise. White on white. Right, let's just go with it. So I'm going to stamp up there. That's good. And then I'm just going to do a wee second stamp, although I think I've used most of the, I was going to stamp off, but there's no much to stamp off, to be fair. Let's just stamp a bit there again. And just stamp it on there. That's fine. I'll give that a wee wash later. I'm not too worried about this wee bit at the side because I'll be cutting it to suit what I need at the bottom. So this is the one I done before. I done it in a slightly different colour. That one's the vintage photo, and the one I've stamped here, oops, is the brushed corduroy. So that's the two. I'm only going to use one, but we'll put it to the side just now. Right, so back to this. I was actually wanting to reinforce this wee hole, but I think what I'll do is I might use one of these. I'm not too sure what I want to do with that yet, so let's just play a bit with this and see what we come up with. Right, so I've got some words that I picked out that I quite liked, and I've just got some more scraps of fabric just to play around with. So I'm thinking I want to distress the edges a wee bit, but let's just have a wee play around. Where'd I put my fabric? What's wrong with it? See, in my head, what I wanted was it going at a slight angle. But I don't know if I'll go with that or not. Just to give us a wee idea of what it would look like. Let me try that other colour just to see if that makes a difference. Or I'm thinking, lay it on like that, and have that on top. I think I might actually prefer that, and then we can put words and things in if we want. See, this wasn't my intention, but this is this is just typically me looking at something and then changing my mind. I quite like that for a strange reason. I don't know why. Obviously we can cut that down to right, do you know what? Let's just get the fabric on, and I think I want to go with this one, to be fair. Let me just double check. Maybe I don't. Oh, I don't know. Typical. See, I shouldn't have I'm going with the darker one. We done that the day we'll just go with it. Right, so what I'm going to use is some Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to smush this with my, so it goes all cloggy and minging. Right, I'm going to see roughly where I want that, up to about there I think, so see just where that is, and I'm just going to do this all over, and then just going to use my finger just to rub that in, just get better coverage, and hopefully it will take to the fabric better. And this dries pretty quick as well, so you've got to be pretty quick off the mark. Right, so and I don't mind if the fabric actually smushes up a wee bit, because sometimes that effect can be quite nice too actually. So I might just deliberately cause the wee ripples. There we go. And that's stuck. I'm happy with that. And I'm no putting it in that side, so I'm just going to cut this excess off. And I don't mind if it does fray a wee bit at the edges, I quite like that look, so we'll just go with it if it does. I'm just cutting the bottom bit slightly away. I can always go back in if I need to. Right, put that to the side. So, not quite like that. I think I will put that on the bottom, but I want this on first. So, and I can move this slightly to wherever I want it to go. If I need to chop off the wee edges, I'm sure the thistle won't mind. Just like that there. Yep. So I'm bringing my glue book actually for this. My Fabri-Tac again. And I'm just going to do my best just to catch as many wee bits as possible. I can always get in later and just get wee bits that's missed, even with the art glitter glue. This is just mainly thinking about it sticking onto the fabric here. It would probably stick, to be fair, with the art glitter glue as well, but I'm not going to take any chances just yet. And this is pretty delicate as well, so just be careful when, if you have anything like this and you're smudging it. Yeah. Right. Let's see where we're going. Right. I'm just going to lay it down, gently and roughly where I intend it to go before I stick it down permanently. And I want that to that side a wee bit. There we go. Then I'm just going to gently put the wee bits into place. That's it. And that'll be stuck. No, that's it. That won't come off that fabric at all. Just going to actually catch that because that's onto the card anyway, so I'm just going to catch this wee leaf with a bit of ooh-hoo. And that'll stick there. Perfect. I promise the plant didn't feel it when I cut these tiny wee bits off. Right, so that's fine. Yep, I want to add that down the bottom there, so I'm actually just going to run a wee bit of Fabri-Tac just right down the edge. Okey-doke. And then let's get that on. Oops, not doing that very well. Fine. Make sure I get it as straight as I can. Then just press that down. There we go. Okie doke. Clear that mess up. Right, so I think I'll just use just to get up the edges of the fabric, which this is the vintage photo, the same as what's on the print that I stamped. And I'm just going to take it right up the edges. I'm not going to do the bottom where the lace trim is. Just going to do these wee bits. And get a wee bit definition. I'm just going to... You might look at that and say, what is she doing? But I want a wee bit colour just round where that hole is as well. I'm going to be putting in, I think I'm going to put in one of the wee brads. I'm just going to make sure it's fine on this side as well. There we go. Right, I'm happy with that. Right, so just need a wee word now, I think. Obviously I didn't go with the trim there. I kind of forgot. I think it would have been a bit much though. I quite like the frayed. So just give that a wee ruffle a wee bit. Quite like that wee frayed look. Right, so I've picked out several words, if you can see them, for the glue, and I'll just see what fits where, to be fair. I'll cut these down a wee bit and make them a bit smaller, quite like that. I quite liked the Brave, obviously, because I was going with a kind of Scottish theme for Scotland the Brave, but I quite like the Beautiful as well. So I might go with, I'm just wanting the Brave though. I don't think I want the Be Brave. I could put Brave down there and Beautiful Soul up there. Let's just go with it. Don't think too much about it. Right, so I'm going to snip that and chop these down a bit. I'll distress them a wee bit as well. Not that I've not left much room to play with. Just need to be careful when I'm right, and let's just decide. I like Beautiful Soul as well. Let's just chop it down as well. I think I've cut that a wee bit wonky. Let me just see. Yes, I certainly have. Let's straighten that up a bit. Right. Let's see how this turns out. Righty-ho. I might want that up there as well. I might be overdoing the wording now right enough, but we'll see. I think, to be honest, I probably would be. I'm just going to leave it. Right, let's just see. Put them in the bin. Yep, let's do that. Just going to use the Fabri-Tac again. So, Okie doke. There we go. That'll do that. Covered in glue now. Right, that in there. So, lastly, I think what we might do, here's my, here they are. Oh, there's my computer starting back up. Right, decide what colour. Just the 3 in. No. Yep, that's the one. Don't want the gold, I want the rose gold. Right, so let me just check this is in the right settings. I think it is. If it's not, I'll soon find out. That's that way. Right, so right, let's hope and pray it's this way. Let's give that a good squeeze. Right, that's okay. Yeah, perfect. Right, I think that's all I wanted to do. We've got our Stampin' On fabric. I think that for, I kind of feel as if I need something else up here, but I'm just not 100% sure. I'm happy enough with that for now anyway, so, hold on. She says, and then she sees purple. This is just a bit of sari silk. I do quite like the purple on it. And I do like it just randomly across the middle. Oh, let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Right. I'm just going to chop this bit actually. From there to there. And I think I'm just going to go right across the middle. Right, let's get that fabric tack back out. Let's just be random. And I'm just going to pull this down the centre because I don't mind if it has a kind of ruffled look, like the edges aren't quite stuck down. So, right, let's see how this goes on. If I just lay it, I want to lay it at an angle. Similar to the one above. But I still want that wee kind of wrinkly look. Yeah. There, I'm quite happy with that. And that gives it a wee bit more interest. Yeah, definitely. I love sari silk, I think it's beautiful. I'd put it on everything. Right, so I think we'll leave it there before I add much more. So that is today's project. So thank you very much if you've got this far and joining me. And as I say, this is week 1 of 52. So stay tuned and I will link everything I need to link down below. Thank you very much again and we'll see you all soon. Bye.